Hey, what's up everybody? This is Kalan from White Glove Models and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on parts 11 and 12 of the Agora Models FDNY Fire Truck Ladder 9. Part 12 came in two different parts. There was part 12A and 12B, and you'll kind of understand why as we get moving along on the build, but I just combined everything together, and so let's head over to the workbench and see what we've got. So here we have a cylinder and a cross member, a connector, another light bar, your exhaust pipe. This is chassis front part B, and then chassis front part A. And I can already tell there's a few things on here that are probably begging to be repainted. So you know me, we will most likely have a stab at that just to kind of clean things up and make it look a little less like a toy, because we do want this to look really nice for the fire museum once we get it donated to the Yreka Fire Department. So I will go ahead and start putting everything together and catch up with you guys here in a little bit. Believe it or not, that is all we're doing in this stage. So the rest of this just gets thrown back into the pile and will be installed later. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and bring over stage 12 or part 12, whatever they call it, and we'll go ahead and start building part 12 in this one as well. So another small pack here in part 12. There's a bunch of little parts here. Looks like a stabilizer and things like that. So here we have the front right stabilizer, and it is spring loaded. I'm assuming there it locks into place, and then you just push this button right there and it will pop it out for you. Cool. Then we have the front bumper plating, a front bumper mirror, tow hooks, and then we've got our bell in a couple of parts here. So here's the actual bell. It is made out of metal. And then you've got the bell support with some J screws. So they do have us bringing over our bumper for this stage, obviously, because we're going to be putting the support on. I still haven't taken care of these guys. They're still a little bit wobbly on there, and we'll address those at a later time. But let's get right on to building. So that is the end of stage 12. And as you can see, we've got the bumper almost completed. We've got the stabilizer on. So this is the right-hand side or passenger side. And so I went ahead and started to glue that one down, got it glued down. But then when you go to install the support, it pushes it out a little bit, which is fine. Overall, I'm not too terribly concerned about that. What I'm more concerned about are these seam lines on this, because what this is on the actual truck, like on our ladder truck, it's a solid piece of steel. So I might be biting myself in the foot, but I might take that off and clean it up. We'll see. And then again, this side, I'll go ahead and secure that one down once we put that stabilizer in. But overall, looking fairly good. The mirror, on the other hand, the sticker is a little off kilter, so I might be having to fix that a little bit too. And then we're not installing that. So what was really bizarre, for stage 12, there's actually an A and B. We just completed stage 12A. Here for stage 12B, we have this giant box, and we'll go ahead and open this up, and there's a lot of fun little parts in this. And this, as you can see, is 12B. So this looks like, I'm assuming this is going to be the part of the chassis, main chassis. So we'll go ahead and open this one up and see what all we have inside. So as you can see on the top view, this is obviously part of the chassis, and this is all metal. Mine came with a dent in it right here. Hopefully that's repairable and won't affect the rest of the build. I will be giving Agora Models a phone call about that. But otherwise, everything's looking really good. Very, very big. So you can see just how large this is. It's going to be about just the chassis is 20 inches. So fairly cool there. And then we've got more parts here, which we'll go ahead and open up and get them out of the way. All right, so I'm going to move some stuff out of the way so that you guys can actually see what we're doing. And I'll move this right about there, and that should be good. And then we got to bring back parts from stage 11. I don't really like the fact that they have you do this with only 2 tires on. I wish that these tires weren't on. If I was to do this again, I would have taken the tires off and put it on. But basically, you have a springy suspension now. It'll all function a little bit better once all the wheels are put on. So hopefully we'll be getting more wheels. There are a few areas here that wouldn't hurt to repaint and touch up a little bit. But so far, that is looking good. Let's see what's next in the instructions. So flip it on its side. We're doing a lot of flipping over on this particular stage of the build. But moving on. Okay, so that is finally the end of stage 12B. So pack 12B. A lot of stuff to do in that one, and so far we pretty much have, looks like, most of the drivetrain installed. And so I don't know why they didn't send you more of the wheels to put on there quite yet, but I'm sure we'll be getting more in further packs. So anyways, that's going to do it for part 12B for the FDNY Ladder 9. Well, that concludes part 11 and 12. I hope you guys enjoyed this segment and this portion of the build. As I've said before, a lot of this is going to be torn back down later on because I'm going to be modifying things and kind of repainting a few different parts and kind of making it more of my own. So in the future, you'll see these parts maybe a little bit different, or we'll be tearing them back down, and either just some of them will be either just getting paint, and then there's a few other parts that we might be adding some things onto. So this obviously isn't affected by the Eagle Moss issue at the moment because this is a different company. This is Agora model. So I thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and other than that, I'll see you guys next time.